I'm Noel from the 8 Circuit Studios development team, currently making Project Genesis. Project Genesis is a sci-fi PvP shooter that combines third-person space combat and battlecraft with first-person FPS gunplay in avatar form. We're currently in pre-alpha, and I'm excited that you've joined me today because we just released our pre-alpha Libra milestone, and we're going to be taking a tour today through the game. If you're unfamiliar with Project Genesis, we'll give you an overview of how the game plays and what to expect, as well as highlighting a bunch of the new and awesome features that were included in this latest pre-alpha Libra milestone. So without further ado, let's hop on in the game and let's check out what's new. This is the main menu in Project Genesis, and one of the first things you'll notice if you're a returning player to Project Genesis is that when you boot up the game, you no longer have to enter login credentials. This is because we now are using Steam's authentication system, so all you have to do is launch the game from Steam. Steam will use your Steam ID in-game to log you automatically into the game and speed up the process for you. There's no need to make an account on the website anymore, but you still can access the website at projectgenesis.com if you want to manipulate a little bit of your account or get into the details behind the scenes. If you're a new player, if you purchase the game or activate a Steam key, you will be able to automatically log in just by hitting that play button in Steam. So hopefully this will streamline the process quite a bit, not only for the user experience as you get in game, but also it allows us to do a bunch of new things in the future, combined with our brand new backend system that we implemented to reward you further in game and really amp up the user experience for you. Here on the main menu, if you're unfamiliar with Project Genesis, the game is split primarily into two spaces. In the exterior environments, there are battlecraft, and there's a variety of battlecraft that you can choose from, varying in speeds and HP pools and maneuverability, with a variety of different weapons. And additionally, you also have avatars for the FPS portion, with a variety of avatars to choose from as well. The battlecraft currently utilizes a class system, and the avatar use a la carte system where all the avatars are the same HP pools and size. You can choose your avatar based on your personal preference, and they all have access to the same weapons. 50% of the combat you will experience in Project Genesis exists in third-person battlecraft form. And then on the interior spaces, that's where you'll do the run and gun FPS play in avatar form. You'll spend time in both arenas, and they happen simultaneously, so you can choose your preference. If you want to be out in space combat, you can do that. If you want to be in FPS, you can do that, until the objectives are completed in one or both arenas. And you can transition between those two modes using the breach and board mechanic, which I'll demonstrate in game, that transfers you from battlecraft to avatar form via breaching and boarding enemy capital ships. And then you can transfer from avatar form to battlecraft using transference, which I'll show you that as well. You can customize loadouts for both avatar and battlecraft. We currently have primary and secondary weapons for both. We also, as part of our future robust ability system that will include active, passive, and ultimate abilities, we currently have several active abilities already in the game for both avatar and battlecraft. When you want to customize your loadout before you hop in a lobby, for avatar, you simply pick the avatar that you'd like and go down to modify loadout right here. You can choose your primary weapon in the top slot. We have a variety of weapons, which we just in Libra, one of the cool things that we did in amping up FPS gameplay is we added a variety of different optics to FPS weapons across the board. So there's a bunch of new iron sights, red dot sights, thermal sights, and even sniper and DMR scopes. So you can choose your avatar primary weapon. We have a variety of secondary weapons for you to choose from. And then we have a non-lethal and a lethal grenade. So on the non-lethal side, on this tactical side, we have an EMP, we have a smoke grenade, a gas grenade, which does a duplicating and disorienting effect. EMP functions in a lot of ways as similar to a flashbang, where it slows you and reduces your sight. And then the smoke grenade, pretty self-explanatory, creates some smoke, which combined with our new thermal sights that are able to see through the smoke can create some really cool tactical scenarios. And then the decoy grenade deploys a decoy on the ground, a stationary decoy that is the same as the model of avatar that you have chosen. On the lethal side, we have frag grenades, should be common to anyone that's played any shooters. We have incendiary grenades that create a field of fire on the ground. Remote charges function very similar to C4s in a lot of games, where with a modification that typically these are placed somewhere and then detonated remotely. We have a throwing knife that's extremely lethal when it's thrown accurately. Sticky grenades are just what you think they would be. You throw them on an opponent, they stick to the opponent, and even if they run away from you, they will detonate on that opponent while remaining stuck to them. And then we have some mines, which are land mines that if an opponent runs over them, then they will take damage from those mines. In Battlecraft form, we have a bunch of different options for primary and secondary weapons as well. So a whole range of different primary weapons. We have some hit scan weapons, we have some projectile-based weapons, and we even have some beam weapons in the form of, say, the laser, for example. On the secondary weapon side for Battlecraft, these are a lot of homing devices that have a variety of different projectiles that once you lock onto a target using our recently updated target lock-on improvements, then they will send these in a cooldown basis on a cooldown timer and lock in and deal significant amounts of damage to your opponent, so you can mix it up during the dogfight with both primary and secondary fire. Now, for abilities for avatar form, we have these are ones that you can change in between spawns or respawns when you're in the battle, or you can set them up ahead of time. The ammo crate provides ammo resupplies. The tactical insertion, it can be placed in a specific tactical location where then you can, after a death, respawn back immediately to that location, as opposed to having to come back out of spawn. The heal repair provides healing for you and your teammates. Turret drone is like a sentry turret that provides damage to opponents, and it also can be great for an informational device because of the sound and the volume of sound that it produces to let you know if you're being flanked or if someone is near that drone that you set up. Shield barrier is a translucent barrier that you can shoot through while also having some protection with a significant HP pool to the shield to protect you from incoming damage. On the Battlecraft side, we have the heal repair and shield as well. We also added countermeasures and reflect projectiles to provide some abilities for you during the dogfight that are more defensive in nature, that can reduce the amount of incoming damage that you are taking. You notice that for each one of these loadouts for both Avatar and Battlecraft, you can set up 4 preset loadouts that you can switch on the fly in game, in between respawns. But you also have the option that in game, if you want to adjust any of those, you have the ability to adjust it on the fly as well. But just for your convenience, you can set up 4 loadouts. In your persona page, you're going to notice that you have kill cards, emblems, badges, and then a rank system. Now, this rank system currently is just based on player progression for PvP game modes. But in the future, we will have a competitive playlist, and there will be a ranking system for that as well. In the kill card side, whether you purchase some of the Founders DLC packs because you want to support us while we're in early access, or you earn some of these unlockable kill cards due to grinding in PvP and leveling up your account, these can be equipped. And as you see in this bottom right hand side, there's an emblem right here, and then you have a kill card. And we have some animated ones for the DLC for Founders. Go check it out on the Steam store page if you'd like to support us while we're in early access, or just grind in PvP, and we've got a ton of them that you'll earn along the way. Similarly, emblems, a lot of these can be unlocked just through player progression. And on top of that, we do have some special ones for specific events, DLC, and many more to come. These show up whenever you kill somebody in game, and it will show up on the screen so they can see who they were killed by. Badges, these ones, for example, are part of our Halloween DLC pack. We're actually adding a bunch more to those for this upcoming Halloween season. But we also have some special badges. We have an affiliate partner program that we'd love to have you join if you're interested in getting a little more involved in the community. We have ambassadors that function as both welcoming committee and recruiters for new potential players and serve as moderators in the Discord. We have creators that are streamers, content creators, artists that produce community created content for the community in the game. We have test pilots who get to get behind the scenes and unreleased private builds and learn more about game dev, learn how to write bugs, and really give a lot of feedback and input in the direction of the game. And then in the future, we're going to have ace pilots, which are those competitive, sweaty players that have a lot of comp experience at a high level to help us fine tune weapon balancing and game balancing and play balancing for the game overall. All of these roles earn badges in game, and will let you show off not only on the scoreboard, but also on your battlecraft, who you are in the community, and show off that contribution that you've made. You'll see two more tabs on my menu. The Psyche page unlocks unique biome environments. This is unlocked, and also the star map. You unlock the star map and access to start exploring these once you reach prestige level 1, which is after crossing level 99 in game. We currently have 6 different biome environments that are unlocked via prestige. So every time you hit another prestige level through 100 levels of grind through PvP in game, then you gain access to another one of these biome environments, and they're PvE experiences where you fight against AI bots and also search for and collect hidden memory drives within the environments. Now, for modes of play, we currently have 3 PvP game modes with future game modes planned. Onslaught is a bomb-based game mode. It's a best of 3 rounds with 1 bomb on the exterior environments in Battlecraft and 1 on the interior environments in FPS. It's the best of 2 rounds, and you alternate between attacking and defending both bomb sites in order to achieve victory. Dominion is a series of capture points within the environment. You earn points towards your total score of 2,000 to win as a team by capturing and defending these points. And then Detonation, custom game mode we made just for Project Genesis, and it involves 2 capital ships that have mirrored progressive objectives. And the goal is to defend your capital ship while also attacking and destroying the enemy's capital ships simultaneously. If you don't want to hop right into PvP, no problem. We have a solo firing range, and we'll start right here, and we'll get in here, and I'll show you some improvements we made to this, as well as we can go through show off some of the optics in game. Solo firing range now has all the throwables available to you. It has all the weapons available to you in gun racks, and unlimited reloads or refills on your ammo as well. So if we hop in here, you'll notice we have some stationary targets. We have some moving targets. Here's the ammo refill, so you never have to run out of ammo. We got our assault rifles right here, DMRs, shotguns, pistols, revolvers, LMGs, and submachine guns. Now, one really cool thing in addition to the optics that came into Libra is the first two of our unique weapon models for Project Genesis. One of those is the Bozar 50 caliber LMG, and we have been busy behind the scenes working on creating unique weapon models specifically for Project Genesis, and we have so many of them done, but we were able to hook up and rig up 2 of these for Libra. So this is the Bozar 50 caliber LMG. Deals a ton of damage. Really great weapon. And we're pretty excited about it. We also, the Trio, got a makeover, one of our SMGs, and this is the brand new model for the Trio. Pretty significantly high fire rate, deals a decent amount of damage, lots of mobility with this weapon. For the weapons that have not yet had their custom unique weapon models for Project Genesis rigged up in the game, we have a variety of optics that we've added. Here's one of our new red dots. We have some of them that retained the older sight models. Let's see what else we got. We got the Kingsguard LMG that retained the older one. Some improved and realigned iron sights. Even added a pistol, or I mean a scope to this revolver. Some smaller red dot sights. Let's see what else we got. This is a new iron sight we added to a few of the weapons for those of you guys that like iron sights. We added some long distance optics. For those of you that like to snipe, I know I certainly do. And then on our assault rifles, got one with an iron sight, and then this is kind of cool. We added thermal sights. These can see through smoke, so they've added a bunch of variety now with the with some unique ways to play styles and whatnot. So to reload, all you got to do is walk over this and it'll reload. We have all our throwables right here. I know I talked about them, but this is our gas grenade. And when an opponent goes through it, it makes it so they cannot ADS, and they also experience an almost doubling effect. So it's a little disorienting. You can't run, you can't ADS until you get out of the area of effect. The decoy grenade deploys a model that looks like whatever avatar you've selected. Smoke grenade is pretty self-explanatory, like I said before. A lot of smoke, but with the new thermal, you can see through it. So a lot of cool abilities there for gameplay in theory. That's the EMP. Remote charge and incendiary. We got our frag grenades. Here's the throwing knife, the sticky grenade, and the mine. So a lot of cool options. This is a great place for you to get in and see what weapons fit your playstyle. Again, you have 4 loadouts, so you can make it so you have different loadouts set up with different guns and different throwables and abilities and whatnot. So let's head back out of this. And let's go into Team FPS AI Sandbox. Now, there's also another shooting range in the Team FPS AI Sandbox that has metered markings, so you can refine your recoil. One of the things that we brought into Libra, in addition to optics and a couple new weapon models, is we also added separate ADS, aim down sights, sensitivity sliders for both Battlecraft and Avatar. So although it's the first iteration of the ADS sensitivity sliders, you do have the ability to dial these in so that whether you play a 1-to-1 ratio between hipfire and ADS, or maybe you play something different, you can dial that in. Now, currently, we only have one ADS sensitivity slider available, so you won't be able yet to adjust them based on magnification, but we have plans to add that in the future. If you head over to controls, you'll notice that you have Battlecraft ADS sensitivity, Avatar ADS sensitivity, and then you have your hipfire down here. So you can adjust these accordingly, and it gives a lot of options for if you prefer. I play in a 1-to-1 ratio between hipfire and ADS, but if you're not one of those players and you like it a little slower once you ADS for movement in your sensitivity, you have that option. Okay. Also, if you want to play against some bots in a white box map here, you have the ability to do that. And you can either do in a more deathmatchy style, or in this case, there is an objective right here, and you can get used to practicing that in game. So it mimics basic functionality of some of the other game modes. This one would be like a Dominion game mode where you have to capture and hold a point. So these are available to you. When you do spawn in to the FPS AI Sandbox, you can go out through here, and where you see that brown box, you can get a door to the firing range. Or if you want to skip the bots and just head straight over there, then just take this L-shaped hallway to your left or your right, depending upon which side you spawn in on. And you'll have these metered markings. These are great, by the way. Those of you that play a lot of FPS games know what these are for. But if you're unfamiliar, maybe you're a newer player, these are what purpose these serve is to let you, one, see the recoil pattern in both hipfire and ADS for any specific weapon, and then you can practice your recoil control at different ranges. So you can dial it in so you can be most effective. So let's head back out to the main menu. We do have a Team PvE Sandbox, which is a condensed version that spawns you in as a Battlecraft. You get to fly around, you get to breach and board. into FPS. And then it has a couple objectives that you have to complete: one hacking a terminal, one planting a bomb. And these simulate very similar objectives in some of our PvP game modes, but gives you a chance to practice. I know a lot of players that might be coming in from FPS titles might not be super familiar with or experienced on the flight, the space combat and the flight mechanics. We've tried to do our best to make the controls in space combat mimic FPS controls that you're used to as much as possible, but it still takes a little bit of time to get used to it and learn how the movement and flight mechanics work in any new game, of course. So this is a place where you can get used to that, and you can have some practice in manipulating the controls and learning how to fly the battlecraft. And then you can breach and board. This is how you transfer from battlecraft to avatar. And with this, it allows you to experience that, which you'll use a lot in the game. And then there's a series of objectives for you to complete, one with hacking a terminal, and then one planting a bomb and defending it. So this is available for you. You can spend quite a bit of time in here if you want. The timer's pretty long. It'll give you a chance to get used to the core functionality of Project Genesis. Let's head back out to the main menu, and I'm going to take you through a tour of each one of the game modes, and then give you a taste and a teaser of some cool new experimental in progress white box maps that we've made available once you grind your account to level 10. All right, so we have 3 game modes. If you hover over them, as I explained them before, you can see what these game modes are. When you reach level 10, you'll unlock this filter box. Before that, if you just hit quick play, and it'll put you into one of the 3 game modes and let you get familiarized with it until you grind your account up to level 10, which doesn't take too long typically. So you should be able to get to level 10 and then have the option to choose which game modes, or even experimental ones if you want. Once the filter unlocks, you'll have the ability to select any of the 3 current game modes that have been in the game, or you can choose experimental white box, which we'll get to later to kind of wrap things up, and check out some of the new maps that are in progress that we just wanted to get in your hands and get some feedback on while we're still developing them and iterating on them. So what we'll do is we're going to start off with Detonation. Detonation is the game mode custom made for Project Genesis, and we'll play around with that. We do currently have 2 servers, one on the West Coast in Oregon in the US, and then one in EU in Frankfurt, Germany. This is to keep costs lower while we're still in development, but we do plan on having regional server support when we do fully launch. Additionally, the game is intended to be free to play at launch, and we're intending to be cross-platform as well. And we're excited. So we're gonna launch with PvP, which is an 8 versus 8 PvP experience for all the game multiplayer game modes. We're going to have a competitive playlist eventually, and then also we'll be releasing with PvE campaign, and also or PvE modes, and then also hopefully a campaign as well. So Detonation, you get the option in this game mode of spawning as either a battlecraft or an avatar. If you spawn as an avatar, you will be on your own capital ship defending it. If you spawn as a battlecraft, you'll be able to fly to the enemy capital ship, attack it, breach and board, and then complete objectives inside. Now, one thing when if you're getting into this game mode that's really helpful is if you use the tactical insert active ability. This is a pro tip. Once you breach and board successfully the first time, once your tactical insert is off cooldown, you can deploy it on the enemy capital ship. So if you die while behind enemy lines, when you respawn, right underneath this avatar button, you'll see tactical insert available, and you'll be able to insta respawn back onto their ship wherever you've placed that, as long as the enemy team hasn't destroyed it. So we'll grab one of those and I'll show you how that works. The first thing you have to do in this game mode is you have to try not to die. That's the first thing you got to do. I'm gonna switch weapons here real quick, and we're gonna go to the Gatling. Whoops. I meant to spawn as a battlecraft, but I can use the transference button, which is by default is X, to transfer from avatar to battlecraft. Let's take a trip through the tunnel here. And first thing you have to do when you're attacking the enemy capital ship is you have to destroy the capital ship's shield. So now that the shield is destroyed, you'll notice that I now have breach locations available, so I can breach and board the enemy capital ship. Once inside, I got my trusty tactical insert, so once it's off cooldown, we'll place it down so we can get back quick into the action. It's almost ready to be deployed. For any of your abilities, you'll get a notification on your HUD that tells you it can be deployed. We're going to drop it right here. And now, in this game mode, we have to hack 2 terminals, capture the core AI, and then plant 2 bombs to successfully ooh. Up close and personal, huh? See if we can get it off. I hear footsteps. Okay, I think we're good. So that's we hacked 1 terminal. We're gonna head on over to the core AI now, and we are going to, let's see. Okay, where's this guy? Okay, now we're gonna capture the core AI. Now all these objectives exist on our own capital ship as well. So the whole time that if you're on the enemy's capital ship attacking, you do need to make sure that you work together as a team and that you have people defending your own capital ship, because the team that completes all objectives on the enemy's capital ship, or the team that has the most objectives completed and point totals at the end of the timer, if it goes long enough, wins. So it's really important that you make sure that you have people both attacking and defending if you want to be successful in this game mode. This is the second terminal that we need to hack. And once we do this successfully, whoa, there we go. Now we'll be able to plant bombs. There's 2 bombs. You have to detonate both of them to destroy the enemy's capital ship and be able to win the round for your team. Got these cool jump pads too. You will get a notification if someone on the enemy team starts trying to defuse the bomb, so you have some heads up and can. I want to die here. I'm just gonna let them die so I can show you how the tactical insert works. We'll jump in the. We fondly call this the toaster. The toasters claim many lies. So now we're going to get back to the respawn screen. If you were to die in battle on the enemy ship, capital ship, you'll now see this. And if I press this, instead of having to deploy my battlecraft and then fly all the way back over there and breach and board and then get back to wherever I was, I can just hit this and bam, we respawn right where we put it before. And we actually have one available. So let's put another one here just in case we need it. Let's go ahead and get back and plant the enemy bomb, or plant the bomb at the enemy's reactor room. See what we got. One way to clear them out, right? You can pick up weapons and swap weapons that are dropped on the ground, and as well as you can run over ammo, and it will replenish your ammo if you are low. So something else you can do. It doesn't replenish your throwables, but it does replenish your actual ammunition. There we go. And that's the detonation game mode. You'll be able to see your progress. And you notice on this, we have my team has our score of 1895 and the other opponents have 146, but you also notice that all of their icons are black because we were the only ones actually attacking those objectives. But you'll be able to keep track of which team is ahead, whether it's yours or someone else's, by hitting tab for your scoreboard. Every time you win or lose a match in the PvP game mode, you will earn points towards your player progression, and you will unlock skins, cosmetics, also level up your account so you can get closer to that prestige. Okay. So we're gonna back out and we're gonna go to a different game mode. Let's see here. Again, once you've unlocked that filter, it unlocks at level 10. Then you can switch game modes. So here we'll go over to Dominion and we'll do a round of Dominion so you can see what that's like. Now let's switch it up. Let's grab a different avatar. This time let's grab the Technomancer. By the way, these wings that you see behind the avatar, and also they're on the battlecraft as well. They are awarded with prestige. So you start with a couple wings, and then every time you level up and get another prestige rank, these show up behind you as ephemera, and they show up in game, but not during normal gameplay. So they won't give you away, but when you kill an opponent in their kill feed, they will see that you have these prestige wings, so you can show off your dedication to the grind a little bit, and they know exactly who they're going up against. Let's grab a different weapon. Let's see. We'll grab like one of these new weapon models. Let's grab this trio SMG, and we're headed into Dominion. So let's grab a Dominion game. Dominion is the first team to 2,000 points. You earn these points by capturing points in both battlecraft and exterior environments, as well as FPS avatar environments on the interior. The more points that you hold, the more capture points that you hold and defend, the faster your team's total points on the way to 2,000 accrue. We actually added something in Libra that allows for faster capture point times if you have more than one teammate on the point. So to promote team play, if you get a couple of you on there, a few of you on the capture point, the time to capture reduces significantly. All right. You can deploy as both either avatar or battlecraft. Let's do it. We'll start with avatar, and then we'll get into battlecraft here in a little bit. In this particular map, there's 1 point inside and 1 point outside. And now we control C. Let's see if we can go get D, and then we'll head outside and try to get the points outside as well. By the way, if you need a refresher on and you get in game and you're not exactly sure or remember how to play any of these game modes, we do have a brief how to play video that's available both on our YouTube channel as well as in game at the main menu. I'm going to use transference so I can get back to my ship and we can capture some points outside. And now we're back outside. So it looks like we've almost got B. Let's see if we can capture A up here. We added in Libra, we added to movement for both avatar and battlecraft. We added tactical boost for battlecraft and tactical sprint for avatar. So although you can boost and or sprint continuously, if you press your, typically it's shift for most people, but if you press your boost or sprint button a second time, it will give you an extra burst of speed temporarily, so you can get away if you're taking incoming damage easier, or you can chase down an opponent that you're trying to kill. So okay, looks like let's get D back. Have tactical insert available, but I probably would have done better to maybe grab a turret for this. Oh, go get C. All right. Okay. you will be told as you level up in game and unlock new emblems, kill cards. Those will show up in game for you, so you know what you've unlocked. And then after the game, you can head back out to the main menu if you want to equip one, and go ahead and equip it. I meant to switch my weapon, but I'll do that, I guess, the next time I die. See if we can find something on the ground. What's this? Snapshot. Let's grab this. All right. What do they got? Kingsguard rifle. This is a great assault rifle. If you like assault rifles, it's pretty straightforward. Pretty easy to use. Does a decent amount of damage. Not a whole lot of recoil. So if you're an assault rifle kind of player, that's a great option for you as a beginner weapon. A lot of our more experienced players use it as well, but it's a really, really good weapon to start out on if you're not really sure which one to choose. Another one that's really popular by our community is the Auto Tac 7. It's a pretty straightforward SMG with a decent amount of damage and a high fire rate. Let's grab our Bozar 50 caliber LMG. One of our 2 new weapon models to enter the game. Great weapon, deals a ton of damage. Oh, there we go, nice. Let's chase this person down. There we go. We're still in the process of finishing up the animation pipeline for some of these weapons, for reload animations and things like that. Like I said, we have a bunch of other weapons finished that just haven't been rigged up in game yet, but will be in the very near future. So really excited. We've got new shotgun models, sniper models, all sorts of new pistol models. It's gonna be fun. A lot of SMGs. So that's Dominion. First team to 2,000 points wins. And let's head back out to the main menu and we'll go through our final game mode, which is Onslaught. And we'll play with some of the snipers this time and shotguns, so you can see some of those. Let's do this before we get into this. Let's switch up our battlecraft. Let's see. Let's use the D Park. We'll use that. Let's see what weapon we got on. I got an SMG. Okay, sounds good. And then for our avatar, let's see here. We'll do the rogue. We also have skins. So these are all skins that I've unlocked just by grinding so far. And there's tons of them that you can unlock, as well as in the future, we are going to be doing some custom skins that you can buy as well. Let's see what we got for loadout. I'm going to do, let's do the pike. This is probably our most lethal sniper. Equals to, do a frag, and we can do EMP and show that off. Sounds good. Okay, let's get into it. Onslaught is the best out of 3 rounds. Best 2 out of 3 rounds. You have to win 2 out of 3 to be victorious. And it's either defending or attacking bomb sites. One is on the outside, one's on the inside. Both spaces play at the same time. Or you can your team can focus on one space to defend or attack it, and then move to the second section as well. A variety of different ways you can approach it for your gameplay and your game theory. But one of my personal favorite game modes that we have in the game currently, for those of you that have come from traditional competitive shooters, you are going to recognize this as being in line with a lot of what you'd expect from a bomb-centered game mode. You can spawn as avatar or battlecraft in this game mode. In this case, we are currently defending. And after this round, it will switch to attack. again, if you want to transfer to space from avatar form, then all you have to do is use your transference button. I have mine bound to E, but by default, it is the keybind is X. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's see if I can swap up the weapon. What do we got available we can grab? What's this? Snapshot. Okay. Let's snapshot it up. So I can find something else that I want. Snapshot will work. The game is 8v8, and so you can have up to 8 people on your team, 16 players in the lobby total. If there aren't enough human players available for a match, then the game will auto-populate with AI bots to fill any non-human, any spots not occupied by human players to ensure as fair of a match as possible. Our AI is still in progress, and we want to iterate on it more, but it does allow you that while we're still building our community, that you have the ability to play games while not being the only person in the lobby or just a couple people. So ability to take advantage of that, and AI is going to be advanced in the very near future. Let's head out to space to see how we're doing over there. Make sure they don't plant. Oh, they're headed for it. It's a little too late. I should have done this before. I think we're good. There we go. So we won 1 round. All we have to do now is win 1 more round. Since we were defending that round, we should be attacking this round. We got to plant and detonate both the interior and exterior bombs. So I think what we'll do here is we'll start on the exterior. Let's deal with this exterior bomb site first, and then we will go ahead and get inside. Because obviously I can't be 2 places at once, so.
Bomb planted.
Okay. There we go. I'll use my reflect projectiles ability so I can dodge some of this incoming damage. There we go. Nice. You can, if you do have enough shields available, you can actually transfer back from Battlecraft form to avatar form using that same transference button, or you can breach and board. The breach and board animation is pretty cool in my opinion, though. So we're gonna use that to get back inside. So let's head back inside. Let's see if we can get this interior bomb planted and detonated and win this game. Okay, we are behind enemy lines right now. See it before they know it. We can just get this down. Gonna be close.
Bomb planted.
There we go. Nice. The sticky grenade saved my life. We've got a bunch of new game modes planned. We've been doing a lot of internal talks recently for ideas for new game modes that we can add in. And so I'm really excited to see what kind of comes in the future. We love feedback from our community, so if you have some ideas for us, get involved. Join our affiliate partner program. Join our Discord, discord.gg/8th Circuit Studios, and all the instructions for how to get involved, and whether it's affiliate program or you just want to. Oh no, sir.
Enemy bomb defused.
It defused it right at the last minute. I need something other than this sniper. Let's see, what's this? Let's grab this. Snapshot will work. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see here. Let's grab one of the SMGs. Let's go back to this, get this trio again. A little more close quarters. We can win this round. Or get domed in the face. That's also another option. Back we go. Oh, I stuck it. See? That's how a sticky grenade works. Okay. See if we can get the plan off. They do not want me to plant, do they? Okay.
Bomb planted.
There we go. Now we just have to make sure that we don't let them defuse it. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Come down to the wire. I think we got this. There we go. Nice. So that's the Onslaught game mode. All right, let's head back out. And now I'm going to show you one of the maps from the experimental white box maps. If you want to see the rest of them, you'll have to get in game, level your account up to 10, and then get in there for yourself. But all you do from the main menu, once you unlock the filter button, which is unlocked at level 10, you can level your account up in the PvP game mode. So play any of the Onslaught, Dominion, Detonation through just hitting quick play if you're a new player, or for all the accounts. If you're coming back to Project Genesis, we have reset all the accounts as we moved over to our new backend system. So any DLC you bought, you still have, but the account levels have been reset back to 0. Just hit quick play, get up to level 10, and then unlock this. You get the experimental white box, head back out once you select it, and then hit quick play, and it'll put you in the rotation of our new experimental white box maps. Now, white box maps, if you're unfamiliar with that term, they're maps that have gone through multiple iterations on the design layout side, but they haven't been outfitted with like the textures and the detail and the props that you're used to seeing within Project Genesis maps. So the maps that you just saw, these aren't going to have them. It's going to look very similar texture-wise to and detail-wise to that FPS AI sandbox, whereas a bunch of boxes, almost like grid-like boxes, and that's termed white box. So in game development, this is kind of how maps start before a bunch of textures and props are added as afterwards. Let's see. Let's grab something we haven't grabbed so far. Let's grab one of these shotguns. Actually, you know what? Let's switch up our avatar as well. Let's grab the grab Rogue, and we'll do 2v5 shotgun. Looks like it put us prevent total destruction and win the round. Okay, so we're.
Enemy bomb planted.
There's a couple bombs that you can plant here, and you basically need to, we're on defense at the moment, so we need to make sure that these bombs don't get,
Bomb defused.
oh, that's my teammate. Okay, so we got to protect these reactors. These maps are much larger in scale. These are FPS ones that we've added so far. Much larger in scale than any of our previous ones, as you can probably see. We've got tons of elevated positions, lots of open sight lines, close quarters combat areas, multiple layers, and really just trying to open up the play spaces for you in game. And this is also going to allow us to create additional game modes. Other than the 3 that we just displayed. So pretty excited about this. Let's see if we can take a tour a little bit around the map. Lots of angles, lots of sight lines. Let's go up there and see if we can defuse this, use this bomb. Okay. Sweet, there we go. So these right now will be continue to be worked on with textures, and eventually they'll look just as polished as the maps that you saw in the Detonation, Onslaught, and Dominion game modes. We're going to continue to add and iterate on maps, new maps, because who doesn't like new maps? You know, new maps, new content, additional play spaces for the gunfights and the battles. And so right now we're just kind of battle testing these with your help and feedback. And once we refine them to where we like them, we feel that they're in a good place, then we'll be adding a bunch of textures to them, and adding that polish that you saw on the other maps as well. Yeah, bum. No, probably should have just stuck to. There we go. So you notice that this is very similar in some ways to our Onslaught game mode, but just a little bit of variation within these white box spaces. So see if I can catch someone with that sticky. I don't really like this. There's too many of them coming over here. We improved the melee animation, speed and a little bit of the hitbox for it. So it's actually pretty viable now. You can basically two-shot people with melees. But yeah, that's one of our experimental white box maps. We've got a few more of those, but just a sneak peek for you. Get in game, level your account up to level 10 using the quick play option, and then you'll unlock this filter, which will not only let you choose which game modes you want to play, but also let you into those experimental white box maps. We really lean hard on our community for feedback and input when it comes to the direction for the game, and changes that we can make to make this a game that you love to play even more. So again, join our Discord. It's discord.gg/8circuitstudios, the number 8 Circuit Studios. Get in there if you want to get more involved in the community. Join our affiliate partner program. We would love to have you. And once again, thank you again for coming along with me on this pre-alpha Libra walkthrough tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in game. Thanks.